Hey, everybody, welcome to this week's Star Report. This is Jason, and here we are at New Dimensions Crystals and Reiki in downtown Brenham, Texas. Today is August the 23rd of 2023, so 8/23/23. And let's jump right into the report. Today, let's talk about the sun. The sun has been on a low activity. There have been very little solar flaring and even fewer CMEs, coronal mass ejections. So the sun may have felt like it has been giving you some relief. But since the intensity of the energy has been so high, you also might be feeling like low energy, like you've had something taken away from you, or the sun. This is a whole bunch of things it could be, right? So pick your thing. All these things are possible. And the sun could also, in its intensity, sort of entrain your body to be expecting high energies. And so you might have some form of post traumatic stress of like, hey, when's the sun going to do some other crazy things and cause some heart palpitations, some emotional stress, some bodily not injury, but bodily stress as well. And so you might be feeling a little bit sluggish with the sun being low activity. There was an M class solar flare that didn't produce a CME yesterday. So you might have had an uptick over the evening time into this morning and woke up going, hey, why do I feel that way? That could be it. The sun doesn't look like it has any big, scary active parts Earth facing today. And so just pay attention to any of your Earth weather things. And that would be people that point their little radar in several different spectrums of light that they look at the sun with. Space weather is sometimes how you can look that up, or solar weather. And you can sort of watch that and see if any sunspots or eruptions come through, which leads us into the star report of the star report. And the astrology part is today, Wednesday, the 23rd. And today and into tomorrow is the beginning of Mercury retrograde. We've been in the pre-shadow, right? Mercury always has this 3-week sort of pre-shadow where it starts to get you ready or prepared for this retrograde. And so Mercury retrograde is about really communications and sometimes has to do with contracts and money issues revolving around contracts. So mind any kind of signing or commitments to contract issues during these next couple of weeks. And watch for communication issues to sort of arise. And that could be communications interpersonal, like finding the right words, finding the opportunity to communicate. But also usually that the Mercury retrograde is a technological hindering to communication, and that would be slow internet speeds, glitches, so on and so forth. And so that adds to the current retrogrades that are going on, which is making it a total of 6 planets today that are now in retrograde. And so sometimes that feels like a lot of issues or pressures or energies that could be messing with you, but really they're sort of when it goes retrograde, when the planets are retrograde, it gives you the opportunity to observe rather than having to move through, right? So this is almost like a time to take stock of these planetary energies and what they're doing for you and really see them for what they are rather than kind of like driving, right? You can't see the scenery. And this is almost like you've pulled off to a roadside rest stop and can sort of pay attention, like where are you, what have you done, what are you doing next. That's the energy of retrogrades, and that's the energy. We're now in 6 planets in retrograde, which we just said Mercury, so Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, Venus, Chiron, and like I said, Mercury are all the 6 planets that are in retrograde. We are also in Virgo now. So we have moved into Virgo. The sun sign is in Virgo. And Virgo, it's a lot of incense moving across the screen. Virgo is really the solar plexus. I'm wearing my yellow shirt for solar plexus today. I just did that by accident. So solar plexus really sort of controls all of the nerve connections to all of your gut, right? And so sometimes Virgo is also associated with the womb or creativity. And so that really, those nerves really sort of affect your autonomic nervous system, which is your involuntary nervous system. So things that sort of keep working. So it's about structure and sometimes it's about nerves. So pay attention to sort of that solar plexus area while we're in the solar sign, right? So you might be feeling the effects of this cosmic weather on the center of the chest, or just below, right in the when your sternum goes from bone to flesh. That's really where that sort of nerve cluster of your solar plexus is going to be. It's really a sensitive area that controls a lot of things and sometimes messes with your consciousness, which is why you can be punched right there in the gut and collapse and be knocked out. So just look for that kind of stuff. Moving into tomorrow, Mercury will be in full retrograde Thursday, the 24th. And not only do we have the 6 full retrogrades that are going on, but we still have that cosmic kite that is happening, right? And so that's the alignment of, I believe it's 4 planets around the Earth, which cause a cosmic kite, which we talked about last week, but just sort of a reminder, that's Mars, Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus that sort of form that cosmic cross. And Mars is really giving the energy that supports action to do. Pluto sort of empowers that action and adds a little bit of ability to work on issues or guidance around wealth and accumulating wealth, right? That's not just money, that's actually stuff that sort of doesn't go away, right? So that's real estate or a maybe an investment that continues to pay you cash money, even though you don't have to do anything to it. So that's the kind of things that can be involved around Pluto. Neptune, really in that cosmic kite, is keeping you or allowing you to enter flow state. And that's, flow state is really just the ability to sort of be in the moment, be in the creativity and flow with things. Right. It sort of keeps you up in that cloud area where you're not overthinking how fast am I going? Am I doing this right? Right. Neptune is about flow state where you're just allowing these things in the universe and your own consciousness to move you forward. And then Uranus with that cosmic kite is really about intuitive synchronicities, right? So this is really everything that you've been sort of working on is starting to fall into place, or you're going to see synchronicities that if it's not about things you're working on, it's about places you should go and work on. So it's leading you somewhere. So you're going to see these intuitive synchronicities like, hey, I think this and that go together. That's the kind of energy that's going to be sort of continuing that cosmic kite, but also really intense on Thursday, which leads us into Friday, the 25th of August. And that is a 22 master day, right? And so that 22 master day, right, just adds to the energy probably with Mars. It supports action and gives you sort of the ability to sort of feel confident and what's the word I'm looking for? Righteous is what's coming to my mind, that it's right for you to act, right? And so that you are acting in a correct way is what master days do, and that you don't have to feel guilty necessarily for the actions that you're taking, right? So you should act for yourself and know that all this intuitive information that's coming to you is for the benefit of you, and that benefit of you is actually for the benefit of the community you're in and the planet itself. So it's sort of like have that confidence of a master or a sovereign, that is that you are the ruler of your own life. And so that energy is really a nice energy that sort of rolls into Saturday, the 26th, is going to be that same residual energy, right? And that's the cosmic kite. Probably the cosmic kite's last sort of really influential day. It starts to wane on Sunday, the 27th. Sunday, the 27th, the energy of the planet is going to be really governed by Saturn, which is currently in retrograde. And so Saturn is going to be closest to the Earth all year, right? And so that great, you're going to find the ability through Saturn, as I try and focus, you're going to find the ability on Sunday to really sort of focus and look for the energetic, metaphysical, spiritual rewards of all of your effort, all of your tenacity. If you are still watching this report, if somehow you are still efforting through the transitions of the last 3 years, through the economic stuff, through the effort to be in community after the pandemic stuff, right? If you've been tenacious enough to continue on self-development, working in your job, caring for your family, this energy on Sunday is really sort of the ability to sort of see what that effort, what that tenacity, what that resilience has done for you. Um, and that's when you sort of come back down into flying into that reality, right? We're coming down from the cosmic kite on Sunday into this Saturn energy, which is really sometimes Sunday in general is a good day to do contemplation, but this is really a day to sort of ease back into reality, and you're going to feel like probably not talking that much. It's going to be moving you towards silence, which sort of lasts into Monday, which also brings us to Tuesday, the 29th of August. Tuesday, the 29th of August, we are going to see Uranus go into retrograde. So that's going to make a total of 7 planets in retrograde starting on Tuesday. Um, Uranus is really the energy of innovation, right? So maybe you're going to find new ways to do things. Maybe you're going to find new people to help with things. Maybe you're going to just sort of have a new way of seeing yourself or working in the world. Uh, Uranus is also about unpredictability, right? So things might happen for your good that were unexpected, right? So these are small victories. These are people in your world having a change of heart because you finally have held the energy where you're no longer going to deal or um, settle for certain energies in your world. And so that stuff might be sort of surprising and unpredictable, sort of happening, right? Sometimes this unpredictableness could be new jobs, different jobs, unforeseen money. Also leads you the retrograde of Uranus into an ability to imagine, right? So a lot about manifestation is the ability to imagine a different future, a better future, and then sort of hold that, right? Not that it's something in fantasy that's outside of yourself, but something that you're creating as a possibility and a reality within the self. And that imagination starts to form the energy of the body, the energy of the consciousness, and then that imagination can sort of help guide you, and you can create your own pathway through reality, right? And so your imagination can be stretched during this time. And then the energy of Uranus in retrograde is really also about trying new things, right? So if all of this good energy or all of this progress stuff that I sort of mentioned in this stuff isn't working for you or feels stale, then Tuesday, the 29th, with Uranus going retrograde, that's the ability to sort of identify and choose different things that are new, right? A new approach, a new attitude, a new wardrobe, a new car, right? A new job, try a new thing. Maybe it's an addition of something, right? Maybe you're doing a side job, or maybe you're starting a side business, something to sort of increase the cash flow, give you more control if you've been out of control. So that's Tuesday energy. That's a lot of energy for a Tuesday. And I'm going to sort of talk about the Wednesday, even though I usually wait till the Wednesday to do it. This Wednesday, Thursday is the end of the month, right? So that'd be the 30th and 31st of August. So we're moving into September. Oh my goodness. Where did the summer go? It's still here in Texas because it's been over 100 degrees for probably a month and a half straight, and it's ridiculous. But Wednesday and Thursday is the super blue full moon, or the super full moon, which is blue, or the blue super full moon. However, you would like to phrase that, it's all the same thing. Super moons just means that the moon is as close as it can be to the Earth all month, right? And so this is our second super moon of the month, right? And this is the second full moon, which makes it the blue moon. And that is going to be a super full moon, which is occurring in Pisces, right? So Pisces is the fish. Pisces is about water. Pisces is about silence. Pisces is also the last era, right? So when you think of the age of Pisces and the rise of the spirituality that was global during that time, Jesus, the fisher of men, was the supreme, or at least the dominant in our world culture energy of that time, right? And so the idea of fishing and spirituality is really about healing, right? So if you think of one of the common terms that was used for Jesus, he was the great physician, right? So this is about healing all of the energies which need to be healed. right? So it's a really healing super full moon. And that energy of Pisces is really going to probably induce some ascension symptoms, right? A little bit of headache, a little bit of restless sleep. Um, you're going to have some synchronicities or some understandings about mystical, metaphysical teachings are going to make sense. You're going to see the world in a more spiritual way. And the healing process that sort of comes with that energy can help you fix everything that the solar sign in Virgo, right? So these are sort of competing signs. Virgo is really this ability to see the full picture and sort of has the energy of judgment. This is good, that is bad, right? And so when we're stuck in Virgo and we're in our our sympathetic nervous system, which is, the nervous system that's just running, sometimes holds all of our anxiety, sometimes holds all of our PTSD, right? So you might be in that sort of state, seeing everything that's wrong and not structured, right? Or correctly for what you want to see or do or be. And so this energy of full moon, full blue moon, full super blue moon in Pisces is the ability to heal all that judgment, all of that BS that you give yourself. So pay attention to that on Wednesday, Thursday, right? I just want you to get prepared for that. That might be a wallop of energy, right? But it's a good wallop. It's a, hey, quit being so hard on yourself. You're freaking awesome, right? So that's the energy you should look for on Wednesday. And then the super full moon and the Pisces energy can really help you heal it. Not only see that it's not helpful to you, but also heal that. And by healing, it doesn't mean that you're broken or that you need to be somehow better than you are. It's really releasing that energy so that energy that you have of judgment and brokenness doesn't control your wholeness and your goodness and what is truly underneath all of that. So that's going to be a pretty busy week of all of the energy. Of course, I'm here at the shop at New Dimensions Crystals and Reiki in downtown Brenham, Texas. You can go to newdimensionscrystals.com. If you're having trouble adjusting with any of this, energy sessions are great for that. Breathwork sessions are even more fantastic for that because you can take the breath with you. You can continue to work with that breath with the focuses and breakthroughs that you come by on your own because you're going to work through that with a breathwork session. All of those are bookable online at the website. Of course, if you just need to stop by, I know a lot of locals watch this report. If you just want to stop by, feel the healing energy of the shop, that's also a good way to sort of check in and make sure that you're moving through. And of course, taking tools that are charged with this energy of the shop with you, crystals, incense, everything that's in the shop gets this daily dose of this calm, this healing, this decisively helpful energy that I create in the shop by intention, by doing all the things I tell you to do: breath work, energy work, crystals, incense, intentions, mantras, invocations of spiritual beings, of higher selves, of all that stuff. So, all that energy is here in the shop. And of course, one of the fewer or less used things that is still a good thing is I have this energetic pyramid that you can sit in and sort of contemplate and meditate in for 30 minutes yourself, all alone with some music. And that is also available to book online at newdimensionscrystals.com. Until next week, everybody, many blessings.